Hey, Leslie, how are you? I am doing something different today. I'm using my Mystical Shaman Oracle. So I may have to use the book for this one. I haven't used it in such a long time. I'm okay. I'm in a mood. For some weird reason, I'm in a mood. So we'll see how many people join in today. And if it's, a small party, I may call it early. But yeah, I'm in a mood today. It's been a very weird day. I woke up to the neighbors' kids, ringing the doorbell. I want to come over and play. Mom didn't even know. I had no idea. I thought mom knew that her daughter was over at my house. Mom didn't even know. Oh, man, it's been a fun time. It's been super fun. Since 8 this morning, too. Super fun. Yeah, oh no. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, and even after all of that, I still have yet to meet these kids' parents. And my kid has been they've been coming over and playing with my daughter for a week and a half now. And I still have yet to meet. I know the babysitter. I know the babysitter really well. Mom, have no idea who mom is. All right, Leslie, we're going to get some new cards up in here. I mean, they're new again for me. You guys haven't seen me use them at all, so they're new for you. But it's been God, I haven't used these since we moved. Holy shit. All right, so let's see what these are and what they mean, Miss Leslie. Yes. Yes. So the first one is the smoky mirror, but it came up in reverse. I don't know if you can see that all too well. There we go. All right, and it came up in reverse. So hold on a second, because I don't know this one. Not even gonna lie, don't know this one. The essence of the card, what the card's supposed to mean. The smoky mirror represents the aspects of what is implied yet cannot be immediately known in the world, the mystery of how things come together and how they fall apart without obvious casualty. This symbol also represents the shadow of the human psyche, the parts of the self that one disowns. The smoky mirror can also represent a state of denial or the inability or refusal to see the truth. When it's in reverse, understanding the shadow of the human journey requires that you go deep into your story to discover the wound that prevents you from seeing the truth of your current situation, your fears and expectations
of disappointment and unworthiness may be clouding your capacity to see the potential in yourself and others. The smoky mirror may be showing you things you don't want to see as a result of your conditioning. These can become even more real, but only because you are making it so. The choice is yours. The world will hold you accountable for what you see and create. And then we have the serpent. 46. And this one is in reverse. So the serpent. You've been in a mood too? Yeah, I've been in a mood. So the serpent, and this one was in reverse. And the serpent, you see the serpent imagery in a lot of my decks. And for the most part, it always is, remains the same of that the imagery of the death of something, letting something go, shedding the skin so that you can grow. But as it pertains to this deck, the serpent is the life force of Mother Earth. The coiled serpent of the Kundalini brings passion, healing, and renewal. She offers us the fruit of the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden and reminds us to shed the past the way she sheds her tired old skin. Serpent comes to offer you the forbidden fruit that will set your passion and creativity free. When you shed the past gracefully, life will not strip it away with great drama. Indeed, that is something you want to avoid. Do not use your energies to seduce others or allow yourself to be seduced, even by your own ideas. And then finally, we've got the Sweat Lodge. 54. Now, this one did come up in the upright. The Sweat Lodge. The Sweat Lodge represents the womb of Mother Earth. Volcanic stones are heated in a fire outside, then brought into the lodge and placed in a shallow hole in the center. Participants sit in the complete darkness around the red-hot stones to sweat away old habits and beliefs and heal disease. When you return humbly to the womb of the mother, you are offered a second chance. This is a time to journey inward into the dark hidden places of your soul to reconnect with the ancient earth wisdom. You can also create a sacred and intimate space in the dark by lighting a candle. Observe what emerges and without judging it, invite it to bring you its gifts. You are being offered an opportunity to shed and heal from the aspects of your life you have outgrown. Do not worry that you will be consumed by the process. All right. Hey, Dawn, how are you? Hi, Sammy. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you guys. All right, Dawn, you're next. You are next. I can't see you. Like, I know that there are like 4 people in here, but I don't know if you want a reading or who you are unless you type into the comments. So I need you to do that, please. We are working with a newer deck. Well, it's like not new. I've had it for a while, but I haven't used it at all since I moved here. So I have to, I'm like reconnecting and all that nice jazz. So I'm reading from the book. I know, I'm terrible. Forgive me, please. Hi, Marco. How you doing? All right, so this is for Dawn. Oh, Dawn, you also got the smoky mirror. So we'll go over it again, but it's pretty much a card that tells you that you've got to do some shadow work. You've got to do your shadow work, baby doll. All right, the smoky mirror. But you got yours in the upright, so that you can see it again, the smoky mirror. It's a really pretty card. right, Sammy, don't worry, I got you. All right, so the smoky mirror. This represents the aspects of what is implied yet cannot be immediately known in the world, the mystery of how things come together and how they fall apart without obvious causality. This symbol also represents the shadow of the human psyche, the parts of the self that one disowns. So when it's in the upright position like that, when the symbol of the smoky mirror appears, you're invited to see beyond your own self. Acknowledge that past the limits of your current ability to perceive, there is a vast interconnected world where events are orchestrated in divine order, but challenging to full grasp. Now is the time to trust that no matter what the current conditions of your world reflect, in the hidden realms, all aspects of the human journey are celebrated. The beauty and the darkness, the misery and the courage. No matter where you are on the journey, know that some things are meant to be a mystery, which you are meant to understand only through experience. Take heart, for the smoky mirror will ultimately show you beauty and wonder once the fog lifts, the distortion you now see. You also got the council. Now this one came up in the reverse, but I'm going to show it to you in the upright position. So that's the council. I'm trying to like move it in a way that you don't get the glare from, because look, if I do it that way, it's glaring from my light. So I'm trying to do it in a way where it's not so glaring. So this card, the council are the luminous beings who hold the collective wisdom of humanity. They're the ones before whom you will do your life review when you cross into the world of the spirit. Life review is when we place our good and our bad deeds on a divine scale and attempt to explain why we did not love or forgive or dare as greatly as we might have. Know that their wisdom is available to you at all times when you live in a state of yes in an unconditional relationship with life. They remind you of your place around a sacred fire, which has been reserved for you since the beginning of time. You will claim it when you own your own inner wisdom. When you are never alone. Turn to the council to find your guidance that you seek and listen to the voice that arises spontaneously. Turn a deaf ear to that nagging voice from your ego that tells you that you are not up for the task before you. Create a spiritual feast for the council. Invite them to your altar every time you meditate or pray. So it's kind of like the angels, our version of the angels. And then you've got wind. Also in reverse. So to me, like the very first thing that I think of is air, the element of air and being very logical and having reason. Hello, Dawn. How are you? All right. So here's wind. Doing it in a way that you can see the card and not get that glare. The symbol of wind represents the element of air. It rules communication, thought, song, and inspired idea. You see, I knew that one. The wind blows from each of the four directions, and there are different qualities from each direction. South is carrying a new sense of trust, helping you greatly begin to discard habits and parts of you that are no longer needed. West, calling you to move more introspection into a willingness to make final decision, to let go of attachment and ego. North, moving to bring you wisdom and strength. And East, carrying clarity, a vision, and purpose. When wind comes to you as medicine, you're being invited to recognize the value of chaos. Windstorms provide necessary chaos to clear the air and spread seeds so plants and trees can take root in the fields. Right now, it may seem as if your world has been turned upside down, but this is a temporary storm that will blow over. Perhaps communication is broken down between you or another, or your many to-do lists are overwhelming. The medicine is to simply slow down, course correct if you need to, and wait out the storm to clear things. Just know that all storms have great value if you can remain neutral during their course. Greater clarity and good things will come from it all. Remember, this too shall pass. All right, Sammy, you are next. All right, Sammy. And then we'll go to Marco. And then we'll go to Dawn. All right, so Sammy. Sammy. Sammy, baby, Sammy. Sammy, baby. Sammy. Sammy, baby. Okay, look, I know the singing is terrible. It is. Just, deal with it. Just deal with it. Oh, Sammy, you got 3 very beautiful cards in the upright, all of them in the upright position. But I am going to read you their definitions from the book. These are actually really pretty. So you've got Beauty Way, right? That is a lotus flower with the dragonfly there. And of course, the dragonfly, it's transcendence, but the Beauty Way is both a path that you travel on and a daily practice. The path is where you choose to perceive only beauty before you, behind you, and all around you as you journey through life. The practice is where you take action to bring beauty to every situation you are in. When things get ugly, you act to bring integrity and peace to the difficult encounter. When everyone else perceives only darkness, you point out the light and help uncover the hidden treasures. The beauty invites you to create beauty in your life and to recognize beauty inside of yourself and in others. Stop to smell the roses, take a deep breath, look up at the stars, and recognize the splendor that is around you. And Sammy, I see, I'm reading this, and like the very first thing that I think of is that picture that you took the other day of your kids playing with the pig. I thought that was so cute. And, the way you said it, like there's beauty in everything. It's all about beauty. Yeah. The next one. The next one is the giveaway. You see how she's kind of grabbing that energy and then giving it to people, doing that kind of energy healing kind of bit. The giveaway is the gift you offer to life without attachment, without expecting anything back. You can only give what is truly yours: a smile, a nod of encouragement, a gentle touch, and a kind word. This is not giving to others what you no longer want, like the sweater that no longer fits, but gifts that which is most precious, your authentic love and genuine feeling. Make a list of 10 people and things for which you are grateful. Connect with the feeling of gratitude. The giveaway comes to ask you to feel the same gratitude without needing anything or anyone to inspire it, and to share this gratitude with those you meet. As you offer thanks, your heart opens and you start realizing how much life has given you. You heal your feelings of scarcity and open yourself to the abundance that surrounds you. The giveaway invites you to be in the flow of life as you give freely and receive freely. And you got the rainbow. the rainbow. The rainbow symbolizes the 7 steps of a true spiritual path, which manifests as the colors of the 7 chakras. In the Himalayas, the rainbow body is seen as a full realization of our essence. The rainbow also represents the bridge between the physical and spiritual worlds. At the end of our lives, we can journey across the rainbow bridge to the highest heavenly realms. Where the rainbow appears, it is an affirmation that all is well and that you are in the right relationship with spirit. The rainbow tells you that the end of the storm is near. Persevere and remember that it is the darkest just before dawn. Do not give up hope. Things are about to take a positive turn. Listen for the morning rooster that announces the coming of the dawn, even when the night is still the darkest. But do not claim victory yet or let your guard down fully. All right. That was for Sammy. All right. All right, Marco, you're next. Making sure like I didn't miss anything crazy. Like, what's going on over there? You were just talking about a rainbow bridge? Yeah, man, I tell you, we connect. We connect, girl. All right, Marco Polo. I know so many people have probably made that joke before. I don't know a Marco song. I don't know a Marco song. Ooh, interesting. This hour? Oh, man. That was funny. All right, so the first card that you got is the Ancient Ones. So I'm going to show you the picture. My first thoughts before reading the book, if you look, it kind of looks like he's decorated in feathers. Feathers is a representation, you know, of air, of communication, wisdom, knowledge, you know, and bringing that wisdom and knowledge down as messages, you know, listening to the wise ones, listening to the messengers. And this kind of almost looks like a crow's head right there. There's like a little beak. Oh, that's terrible. You can see like maybe like a little beak right there. I know this camera's terrible. I'm really sorry, guys. But the Ancient Ones are the shamans of old who defeated death and escaped from the tyranny of time. The Ancient Ones once walked the earth like us in flesh and bone. Now they reside in infinity and can counsel us after we say yes to our calling. They are available to us to attain our full realization. The Ancient Ones are inviting you to reach to the future to help birth a new destiny for the earth, which is really funny because the very next card you got is Earth. Just throwing that out there. Go ahead, find out who you are becoming 10,000 years from now. If you can accept the invitation, great power and blessings will come your way and allow you to craft a new destiny for yourself. Do not hesitate to bite off more than you can chew because you have unlimited special resources available right now. And like I said, you also got Earth. Now you got this in the reverse, but this is what the card looks like in the upright. And Earth, it's all about Earth is generally relating to the physical, the things that are around you, how grounded and well balanced you are, your health, things of that nature. Earth represents the gift of life. The symbol on the card refers to the body of the planet Earth, the human body, and nature herself. We're reminded by this symbol that all creatures are born of the earth, and human beings are the stewards of all life on this planet. It refers to what we make of it, our health, wealth, security, grounding, solidarity, and stability. It reminds us that the world of form is a gift from spirit and needs to be treated with respect. Do you feel ungrounded or easily thrown up off your path lately? Is it time to focus on what nurtures you, to open yourself to the healing of Mother Earth, and to see the abundant world around you? Perhaps you have lost the ability to trust that your needs will be met, and have fallen prey to poverty consciousness. Perhaps you have not been eating well, been overworked and stressed, and forgotten to breathe in the beauty of your surroundings. When the spirit of earth comes as your medicine, you're being reminded that when you practice self-care, take a walk in nature, and focus on the consciousness of abundance, miracles can and do happen. And then you finally got your last card is completion. And that is, I'll show you that card in just a second. That is the card. It's literally the Ouroboros. It's literally the Ouroboros. There's a heart in the center. I don't know if you can see that right there. It's like a little heart in the center. But within the Ouroboros also contains the elements. You see here the earth, the yellow would represent air, the red would represent fire, and then the blue would represent water. So completion, we've got all of the elements, putting them together with love and being able to move on, being able to move on to the next stage, right? From the beginning all the way to the end and then back again. All things have a beginning, a middle, and an end. This is the nature of life, the seed, the flower, and the fruit, and of all human relationships. Completion suggests the fullness of the moment and the need to transform an old form into a new. You have finished a cycle, and there is no more room for growth or benefit from hanging on to the old. In regard to relationships, it is time to honor what has been and find a new form for the future. In your ventures, it is time to reap your harvest. Contemplation is a time for celebration. It is the end of summer when the fruit is ripe. All right. Tell me how that works for you. You're very welcome, Sammy. All right. Mr. Don, are you ready? Hi, Caitlin. You're right after Don, okay? I'm reading some new cards, so I am reading from the book, so I apologize, but they are new. All right, Mr. Don. All right, so Mr. Don, you've got your cards. The first one is the upper world, which is really talking about the area, the realm where our highest divine selves are. Here's the card and the upright, but you got it in the reverse. So the essence, angels, divine helpers, the ancient ones, and all varieties of luminous beings populate the upper world. It is a place where you go to retrieve your destiny and find out who you will become, discover your great potential and undreamt of possibilities. Ask your divine helpers for guidance. If the oracle has already spoken to you, do not ask for more guidance. Take what has been offered. Now you must deal with the lethargy and idleness. While support for your new destiny is not yet in place, a new destination is available to you if you act now. You also got wind. And wind is all about air and pushing us to the right areas that we need to be in. I read this one a little earlier too. The symbol of wind represents the element of air. It rules communication, thought, song, and inspired ideas. It also signifies change with qualities both positive and negative. And there are different qualities based on north, south, east, and west. You got it in the upright. When the spirit of the wind comes calling, it is a sign of change. Perhaps you need to change your mind about something. Perhaps an old way of doing things has become automatic, and now that you've gained greater clarity, you can now make a new choice. Regardless of what the change is, you can expect to be understood and to have clear communication with others at this time. Ideas are solid, and the shift is being called for is in the highest good of all. And then the last card that you got was corn. Now, corn, especially in the Americas, was used a lot like wheat was. This is how they made their bread. This is what they ate the most. And this is usually a symbolism for sustenance and fertility and being able to reap what you sow and, you know, being able to sow things of substance, making sure that what you plant is something of substance. Corn represents the mother of sustenance and tangible abundance. This symbol represents material prosperity in the world of form that provides stability and sustenance to many. There is more than enough. You planted a beautiful field of dreams and you have worked hard. Even in the moments when you were losing faith, you continued. Now the spirit of the corn comes to honor this and show you a beautiful harvest. This is the time to reap the rewards of hard work and trust, whether those rewards are financial or the kind of prosperity measured in quality rather than quantity. You are so blessed when this symbol appears. Don't forget to share your good fortune. All right, Don, let me know if that makes sense. All right, and Caitlin, you are next. All right, Miss Caitlin. Okay, so Miss Caitlin, the three cards that you got all came out in the reverse. The first one we're going to talk about is soul retrieval. And it is a moth. So you can see it's a moth coming out of its cocoon, but you got it in the reverse. Now, my first thing is, you know, remember the moth is a creature of the night. And in the dark, you know, when we're doing shadow work and we're in the dark, we're trying to look for look for a little bit of the light, like with the moth. The moth is always attracted to the light, but you want to make sure that you're not attracted to the wrong light, right? Soul retrieval is a practice that helps you recover a part of yourself, your energy, your enthusiasm, or your innocence that you have lost. At first, we'll use soul retrieval to recover from our hurts and heal our childhood wounds. Later, we learn to journey to recover our original nature, that self that never left the Garden of Eden, who still speaks to the rivers, to the trees, and to God, whom we return to Eden, we are whole again. When did you compromise what you truly believed in to be loved or accepted by someone? Think back over your life and find the time or times when this happened. Vow never to compromise your integrity again. What have you agreed to in the name of love that you know is deeply wrong? Make it right this instant. The next card you got was the Time Master. So ominous. Ooh. All right. And he is also in the reverse. He reminds me of like the wise old man, you know. He kind of almost gives me like Odin feels, but he doesn't have the eye patch. So it's like Odin before he got the runes, before he hung from the tree. So time is a construct of the human mind through which life events are seen to flow in a straight line from the past to future. This, however, is an illusion. Time moves in patterns, fractals, sometimes turning like a wheel and others moving straight as an arrow. Humans see time like a ticking clock, and this image reminds us that there is only so much time of it to spend in this life, like a kind of currency, and to give at any given moment. You can see time you can see time in all its infinite potential, at once vast and all encompassing, then shrunken and finite. It all depends on perspective. Sometimes it appears that you are running out of time. You worry you won't get what you need or want. Everything gets stuck like a log jam. This is only in your mind. Time expands and contracts according to your ability to be mindful and observant. Fully engage in your now. It's time to release the story of your past. Equally, it's time to release your need to know the details of the future. All the treasure magically reveals itself when you remain relaxed and present to what is directly in front of you and nothing else. When you realize when you realize that you have all the time in the world, you will never run out of it. Hi, Desiree. What cards are they? They are the Mystical Shaman Oracle. You're very welcome, Dawn. Thank you, Desiree. I appreciate it. All right. And Caitlin, you got one more. You got the Ancient Ones, but in the reverse. So we talked about the Ancient Ones earlier already. So we talked a little bit about the Ancient Ones, but just as a recap, they are the ones that came before us. Our grandmothers, grandfathers that used to reside here on Earth and went into infinity. In the reverse, the Ancient Ones beseech you to examine your attitudes and actions and be sure that they are of the highest integrity. Not forgiving an ancestor or yourself is keeping you from the freedom you seek. Remember, this is no longer your karma. You can break the chains that once bound you to the family drama and be free of your generational curses. Forgive the ones you need to release. Honor your biological ancestors by lighting a candle to them tonight. All right. Desiree, did you want a little reading? Did you want some cards? Because I'll pull you some cards as well. Oh, you're very welcome. Yay! All right. Desiree, here we go. Here we go. God, Desiree, we haven't read for each other in so long. I'm so glad you stopped by. I haven't seen your face in a while. That one went flying. There's another, Sammy, there's another shaman deck that I've been trying, that I pre-ordered, that said it is going to be coming the end of the month. So I'm really hoping that I get that soon because it looks so nice. And it's actually made by the same people that made this deck. So Alberto Villaldo, and it's going to be another, Colette Baron Reed deck. And, you know, I'm her fangirl, so why not? And I actually got, this is my first Oracle deck that I got because I read one of Dr. Alberto's books, which I still have. And I loved it. I'm like, oh, he put out a deck. Okay. And I bought that. And this was actually my very first Oracle deck. And then it grew into so many others. And then I looked down and I went, I have so many Colette Baron Reed decks. Shit. All right. So the spiral, I think I've said that story before, but whatever. I'll do that again many, many times. So the spiral, this is really about math, right? The fractals, the infinite fractals, that everything that golden ratio, that everything goes into itself and spirals out of itself. And the image that's up here is also the image that's down there. Kind of like how atoms look like, solar systems and things of that nature. From galaxies in the sky to diminutive shells at the beach, the spiral is found extensively in the natural world. Its shape in the form of a coiled serpent can be used since the ancient times as a tool for growth and transformation. The spiral is a guide for entering deep into one's subconscious and the unknown, and then extending far out into the heavens. It is crucial to surrender to this journey until the exhausted paradigm dissolves in the depths of the psyche and its energy is released to give birth to a new reality. To renew yourself, you must shed your old skin. You have already done this. So do not keep scraping away at the old, but welcome the soft new skin that is starting to grow. Break the habit of working on your faults all of the time and let nature take its course. Know that a new skin feels vulnerable and scary at times. Trust the medicine of the spiral as it guides your journey of renewal. Then we've got the arrow. The arrow. Whoop. Receiving this symbol reminds you that when you are in alignment with your heart and soul, you are on target and will soon be hitting your mark. Be true to your calling, release attachments, and free yourself from the bondage of unbridled ambition. Now is revealed to be a moment of contrast in which your intention meets the material world. The arrow also symbolizes the need to set your creativity free. When the arrow zings through the air, it is inviting you to pay attention and signifying that you are about to make your mark in some aspect of your life. It illuminates the moment of contact when you know that your desires and intentions have traveled on the wind and landed on the perfect place for your highest good. Trust that your job is to be relaxed yet focused, keeping your eyes on the prize, yet releasing your intention with full expectation that it will land on its when that it will land at where it's supposed to. Don't worry about the how or the exact form. This is not a time to interfere with the manner in which the arrow flies. It will make its mark and you will have cause to celebrate. And it's true. Like if you ever used a bow and arrow, you go in and you pull back and you actually want to look at the target. You don't want to, like, you're looking at your arrow, the target will be fuzzy because you want to look at where the arrow is pointing. You want to look at the tip. And then you pull back, right? You don't want to aim, believe it or not. You don't want to look at the target. It's really interesting. Hi, Jamie. I'm going to get you next, Jamie, okay? And then Desiree, you also got one more card. You actually got the Magical Shaman next. And let me just move the mouse so my computer doesn't go boop. 38. Okay, here we go. The Magical Shaman. This is the symbol of the myth maker, the storyteller, who is neither made of nor defined by the story. Instead, he observes it, evolves through it, perceives all aspects of it. In so doing, the mystical shaman represents the ability to dream a new story, a new myth into being. He dances between worlds, wearing the cloak of the world loosely around his shoulders, and he sings the world into being. He reminds us to be in the world and travel through it, but not to be defined by it or become too attached to the experience. This is the symbol for true alchemy, for all elements of life have a spiritual aspect and a material one. When we remember this, all manner of miracles and manifestations are possible. When the mystical shaman appears, you're invited to consider the ability to live without attachment. You are called to create and dream your life, to act on inspiration and divine impulse without fixating on a known story of success or achievement. Can you impartially observe the stories or tell yourself and others? What if you could become a mystery to yourself? Who would you become if you stopped telling the tales that have defined you up until now? Do you not have to live in a story that has roots in the past? What if there was no need to explain to anyone anymore, not even to yourself? The way to your most extraordinary life is to become a blank slate and allow the form of your dreams and desires to show up as it will. This is a sign of manifesting a life beyond your wildest dreams. All right. Hi, Chelsea. All right. And hello, Brooklyn. So, Jamie, you're next. And then we will do Chelsea and Brooklyn. All right. Jamie. Jamie, baby. I'm going to use that song for everybody's names. I think it's so fitting. You're very welcome, Desiree. Thank you for stopping by. I love you. This one. Ooh, the Smoky Mirror is coming out. It's the third time the Smoky Mirror has come out. So the first card that you got was Many Paths. Many Paths. Which I'm going to assume means exactly what it's saying. You've got many paths in front of you. Many paths. All paths lead to spirit. What you bring to your journey is what will determine if yours is a path of suffering, a path of wisdom, a path of bliss, or a path of loss. Consider the traveler who met two stonemasons. He asks one what he is doing, and the mason replies, I am squaring out this stone. He asks the other who is doing the exact same thing and gets the reply, I am building a cathedral. One man has a job, the other man has found his work and calling. He is part of an endeavor much greater than himself. Be sure you pick a path with a heart. Your call now is to take a big, bold step and leave the beaten path. Heaven and earth are conspiring on your behalf to support you in this move. Do not dally lest you miss that moment. It's time to sail into the uncharted. Be sure you attend to both your path through this earth as well as your journey through the stars. The smoky mirror in reverse. So the smoky mirror, but upside down. The smoky mirror represents the aspects of what is implied yet cannot be immediately known to the world, the mystery of how things come together and how they fall apart. It represents a state of denial or the inability to refuse to see the truth. Understanding the shadow of the human journey requires that you go deep into your story to discover the wound that prevents you from seeing the truth of your current situation. Your fears and expectations of disappointment and unworthiness may be clouding your capacity to see the potential in yourself and others. The smoky mirror may be showing you things you don't want as a result of your conditioning. These can become even more real, but only because you are making it so. The choice is yours. The world will hold you accountable for what you see and create. Can you see through the eyes of truth and faith instead? Then you also, finally, you've got the Holy Mountain. Bum, 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 bum. 'Cause I'm the man on the silver mountain. All right, the Holy Mountain. Native peoples around the earth recognize mountains as places of great power where one encounters spirit or where the gods or goddesses reside. The ancient Greece had Mount Olympus, was the home of the 12 main gods and goddesses. In Tibet, pilgrims they climb out Mount Kailash to bring prosperity. In Peru, pilgrims climb the ice caps of Mount Osengate to receive the starlight and bring fire to the earth. The Holy Mountain invites you to go on a sacred pilgrimage to acquire vision and perspective. First, you must accept the present situation as an opportunity to discover higher understanding. Find a sacred altar where others who came before you have prayed and found wisdom, and make your offering there. Make a commitment to walk with courage, love, and compassion until you see with clarity the perfection of all. And I hope that makes sense to you. All right, Chelsea. Chelsea, you're next, Chelsea. Chelsea. Chelsea, baby. I told you, every single one of you. It's a great song, I'm telling you. You're very welcome, sweetheart. All right. Chelsea. Chelsea. Chelsea, baby. Chelsea. Chelsea, baby. Chelsea. Okay, Chelsea, we've got the 3 cards that we've got for you are, the first one is corn, which we talked about earlier already. I don't know if you were here when we talked about it, but corn is basically, especially in the Americas, it's used more like wheat. They grind it down, they use it for sustenance, and it's a symbol for fertility. It's a symbol for um, um, reaping what you sow and making sure that the seeds that you plant will be seeds of nourishment. And when it's in the upright, it's really saying that, you've planted a good bounty in front of you. You've really done well to set a good foundation for yourself. So it's really, we're going to be reaping what we sow. You planted a beautiful field of dreams and worked hard. Even in moments when you were losing faith, you continued. Now the spirit of corn comes to honor this and show you a bountiful harvest. This is the time to reap the rewards of hard work and trust, whether those rewards are financial or the kind of prosperity measured in quality rather than quantity. You also got the journey. All right, here we go. The journey. Boop. He's got a little owl on his head, representing clarity, representing messages. There's a lot of feathers there, lots of feathers. Oh, Marco, it will be stuck in your head. You just watch. I'm not done yet. The journey is an invitation to step outside the boundaries of your life as you know it. The journey is not a holiday. It is a call to be hermit-like and to go on a pilgrimage to the unknown. There are no maps to the territory you will be exploring, no marked paths or road signs. The time to embark on the great journey is here. Do not linger in the port when distant shores are calling. Fearlessly draw your own navigational chart as you discover the route. When the time is right, as it is now, you will be led true, even when you are not sure of where you are going. It is the departure that is most important. If you miss the boat, a great opportunity will be lost, and another ship may not arrive for a very long time. And then we have the sacrifice, finally, for your reading. All right, the sacrifice. The sacrifice means to make sacred. The sacrifice is an offering of gratitude made from the heart, a feast of love prepared for spirit. In olden days, sacrifices sometimes involved rituals in which blood was offered to the gods. For example, in the Bible, Yahweh preferred Abel's sacrifice of one of his lambs to Cain's offering of vegetables and fruit. In Middle America, however, Quetzalcoatl, the Lord of the Dawn, came to teach that spirits preferred our songs and our prayers to the blood of humans or animals. The sacrifice asks that you offer to spirit that which is most precious to you. Your offering will be sanctified and returned tenfold. You will be elevated to the altar at which you have been praying and meet the divine at the table with the heavenly feast. You are a welcome guest at this banquet. Your heart is the only worthy offering you can bring. Life has been generous with you in so many ways. And I hope that made sense for you, Miss Chelsea. And Brooklyn, you are up. Brooklyn, Brooklyn, baby, Brooklyn, Brooklyn, baby. Marco's gonna kill me. Got those. They wanted to come up into my face, so you get those, Miss Brooklyn. Ooh. You're very welcome, Chelsea. All right, Brooklyn. So we've got, and it's funny because two of these are also in my Spirit Animal Oracle deck. So I'm going to tell you what I know of these, the first two cards, and then I'm going to read it from the book so that you can hear the whole message. But the first one is the Coyote. Now, this one came up in the reverse. And the Coyote, he is a trickster. He is a trickster god or a trickster deity, a trickster spirit animal. And, sometimes when the trickster comes, he can send you on a detour that teaches you great life lessons. And it's not necessarily a pleasant detour, but it is a detour that does teach you, help you, and make you a better person. There are some detours that the Coyote can send you on because he is a trickster that is suited for no purpose. And in this case, it's asking you to reevaluate what's going on around you. Are you being tricked? Are you being led down the wrong path? Now, what the book says, the Coyote is a symbol of the sacred trickster, the one who provides detours for growth and understanding by ensuring that things don't go as planned. The Coyote brings the energy of divine deception to set you free from the shackles of that which doesn't serve you. Sometimes it appears that you will get everything you want, only to find that Coyote brings you the opposite of what you've hoped for. The lessons offered by Coyote may at first appear confusing, but they are most sacred and always for your highest good. Are you being seduced by what you think you desire? Could it be that the more superficial, sparkly, shiny aspects of your ambition led you in this moment? Perhaps you feel that in order to get what you desire, you have to compromise yourself, control others, or manipulate situations to ensure your goal is met. Coyote howls in the shadows to remind you that this may be a lesson too painful to learn. Beware the shallow waters right now. Something or someone might pretend to be deep, but that doesn't make them so. No matter how seductive their superficial traits and how beautiful or sparkly they appear, all the glitter there will not turn up gold, no matter how many wishes you make to change that. The next one is the hummingbird. And the hummingbird came out in reverse. Now, the hummingbird usually means really to stand still, to be in the present, because hummingbirds have that great way of being able to not just fly like you see regular birds fly, but they will hover. They will stay in one spot. They have that ability to do that. And hummingbirds, it's saying be present, be in the here, be in the now, look around you to see what's going on. We haven't been looking around us. We haven't been in the present. We've been either too far in the past or too far in the future. And we need to be in the present right now. It's very important. The book is saying, despite being so little, hummingbirds are great journeyers, migrating between North and Central or South America to feed from the summer nectar. This gentle creature can be fiercely territorial to protect its home. Hummingbirds teach us to be gentle to ourselves and protect our personal space. This mighty being comes to teach you stillness in motion and to trust your inner knowing that the sweet nectar is assured. Failing to act when the moment is right can spoil your journey. If you feel your safety, comfort, or day-to-day survival are more important than saying yes to the invitation to explore the unknown, you will have to work much harder to achieve what is being offered to you now freely. Still your mind, even in the midst of your very hectic schedule, and heed the gentle voice that calls to you to test your new wings. And finally, you got the Luminous Warrior. And this too is in reverse. Okay. The Luminous Warrior has no enemies in this world or the next. He is impeccable in word and deed. He focuses on his light rather than what hides in the dark. He can cast no shadows. He is as radiant as the sun and can transform the most terrible enemy into his ally. His power comes not from the sword, but from speaking his truth at all costs. Are you being tempted by your emotions to follow your lower instincts? Are you being invited to enter into a quarrel with someone? Put your sword away. This is not the time for battle. Your enemy is not who you think it is. Do not act from a place of anger that will damage your relationships and hurt the ones you care for. Find the truth hiding in your heart that will affirm your instinct for peace rather than for war. And I hope, Miss Brooklyn, that makes sense for you. Was there anybody else that I missed that would like a reading? Guys, I have been working on my latest video. And this one is the psychology of tarot. I've got some good stuff for you guys. I do. We're going to be talking about personal consciousness, collective consciousness, anima, animus. You're very welcome, Miss Brooklyn. I hope that helps you. We're going to be talking a little bit about just a smidge about Hermetic principles, but we'll probably dive deeper into that in another video, separate. But I got a lot of good stuff, man. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good time. I tried doing a video recording. I tried to record some of it earlier today, but I didn't have any makeup on. And you see, I got these like dark circles under my eyes. I looked terrible. I looked absolutely hideous. So I have to redo it. And I don't like how I sounded. It was just not good. So there's going to be another take tomorrow. But I've got some really good stuff in here. I really hope you guys like it. I'm trying to do psychology. I'm trying to do Carl Jung's work, some justice, given that I kind of have to fit it anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes. So it's going to be some fun stuff. Yeah, but if anybody else that I missed would like a reading, I am here for that. We've been having really good discussions too, my last couple of lives, so if there's anything that you guys want to talk about, that's not just card readings, let me know. We can do that discussion as well. We can do so many cool things. I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Now tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? I can open your eyes. Look, I can't sing. Take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under, on a magic carpet ride, a whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. No, that's it. You guys are just listening to me sing. I'm terrible. I'm a terrible singer. Why are you just listening to me sing? Oh, man. Don't get me started either. I'll come up here and I'll be like, All right. Hey, did you guys see my Taroki video? If you haven't, that's been up for about a week and a half now, teaching you the card game of tarot, how to actually play that. It's very interesting. I highly suggest that you watch it. And I guess that's it, guys. I guess that's it. If nobody else has any questions or comments, or if nobody else wants readings, I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to call it a night and see you guys next time. I'll give you guys like a couple more seconds, though. Just a couple more seconds. Got to find a song. I'll sing you guys a song. I don't know what song. What song do you guys, what song would you like me to sing while I wait? Oh. Hold on. I got a good one. Oh, no problem. No problem. All right. Well, that's it then. I will see you guys next time. I believe next week, and I've got D&D, so it'll be not next Saturday, but the Saturday after. So 2 weeks. I'll see you guys. And by then, my Psychology of Tarot video will be open, and you guys can tell me if you liked it or not. All right? I love you guys. See you guys later. Thank you for support, and I will see you guys next time. Namaste. God bless.